Hey guys, so I'm here to share with you my 17 and 18 week pregnancy update video. So I am at the new house. Obviously you can see it's like a little bit of a different background. If you hear a funny, weird noise, Matt is outside power washing, so I'm trying to get this video in real quick. I decided what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna do my pregnancy videos every 2 weeks instead of every week, just because some weeks I don't feel like there's much going on and it's not really, I just don't wanna sit down and like make up stuff to talk about. So I figured every 2 weeks would be more ideal because I see my specialist every other week, and seeing the specialist alone is a lot of content that I can talk about. So again, I'm gonna start filming these videos every 2 weeks. And the first thing I wanna talk about is the fact that I have been feeling really great. I haven't had any morning sickness, nausea that completely has gone away entirely. I only had it a little bit in the very beginning, like first trimester, but I'm well into my second trimester and that's totally gone, so it's awesome. And I never really had a problem with it to begin with. It was just a very mild case of like nausea. When I was pregnant with Connor, I didn't have any pregnancy symptoms, I've mentioned this before, or nausea or anything like that. And this pregnancy, it was definitely heightened, but it was totally manageable and I was totally fine. As far as around ligament pain, which is something I was experiencing last week, I have not really had any issues with that either. I have been very good about staying hydrated and resting when possible, not pushing myself too hard, but then at the same time, like not just laying around all day. Like I'm so active and I'm doing stuff, and so I feel like that's good. I don't know if round ligament pain is something I can control. I kind of think I can, by just, resting and hydration and stuff. So it may happen again, it may not, but I just had a little bit of last, I guess it was week 16, where I was really surprised, but it was over a course of a weekend where I was really probably doing a lot of stuff that I should have rested a little bit more. So yeah, so I don't know if that contributed to it or not, but I've been feeling fine. That's basically like the symptoms, I guess you could say, for week 17 and 18. And now I want to talk about the specialist. So again, I see a specialist because this pregnancy is considered high risk because with identical twins, the type that I have are MO-di, which is monochorionic and diamnionic. And so they share a placenta, and that's not always like the best thing, obviously, as far as, them sharing resources. And so I have to go every 2 weeks to the specialist. And I have, every single time I've gone in, so far everything's been really great. They are measuring exactly the same, which is awesome. Every time that I go in, they check several things. One being the fluid around each baby to make sure that the fluid is equal in both stacks, as well as their bladders, because that's an indication of if one baby has more fluid and has like a bigger bladder than the other one, that's an indication that TTTS might be developing, which is a twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome. And so every time I go in, they check the fluid levels, they check the bladders and the stomachs, and so far all of those have come back and they have been the exact same size, which is again awesome. And this past time that I went on Wednesday for my specialist appointment. They also checked even the blood flow, like within the baby. It's just insane that they can look at this stuff. Basically they put this thing over, as they're doing the ultrasound. It looks like a Doppler almost, like on the Weather Channel, and it goes over the baby. They were checking the brain, the blood in the brain, like the flow of that and how much volume of blood was in the brain. And so they put the Doppler thing over the head and they track as the heartbeats, and it pushes the blood through their brain how much blood, I guess, somehow they're able to measure that. It's just insane to me. Again, it looks like a weather system, that's moving through, because it's red and orange and green and all these different weird colors. So that came back fine. Everything looked the same, and no issues there. They also checked my cervix this time, because with twins, you obviously are carrying a little bit more weight as far as baby weight and your abdomen, weight. And if your cervix is too short, then they might have to insert I don't know the exact term, but it basically looked like a rubber donut and that helps to support the weight of the baby if your cervix is too short. And she said anything below like 2 centimeters is considered too short and that they'd have to intervene and do something. And mine was measuring at like 4.7, which is perfect. Every time I go into like these specialist appointments and I'm reassured that everything's looking good, it just makes me feel so good. So once again, I left there and I felt really great. So my next appointment is the anatomy scan, and that is like a really long appointment. They're already warning me. They said at least the minimum 2 hours. Could be longer, it probably won't be shorter. So that's an exciting appointment though, because that's the one where they really are digging and like checking everything and making sure everything is developing properly, and like the hearts are, you know, like the chambers and the hearts are developing, and just like the bone like length and their legs and just their organs and everything. So that's gonna be a really exciting appointment, but it's gonna be long. So, but I'm willing to, obviously, I'm totally fine with that. And the next thing I wanna mention is that I feel like I'm feeling some movements this week. They're very, very mild, if that's what I'm actually feeling. I have just noticed it just kind of like throughout the day. I'm kind of a big skeptic as far as the movements go, until I actually feel like a good old punch, you know what I mean, or a kick. I'm always like, well, it could be this or it could be that. But I've started to notice like in the evenings, kind of in the same spot, like my lower abdomen, that I'm feeling just these little, they're not flutters, but I just feel like they're little, like, I don't know, just little movements. And the first time I noticed it, I was like, well, I just ate, so who knows, you know. And then the next night I was like, oh, there they are again, you know. I'm like, so I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. And I've noticed it more and more now that I feel like it's them. So baby A is at the bottom and baby B is on the top, and I'm just feeling the movements on the bottom right now. I'm not really feeling anything at the top at all. So again, it could be baby movements, or it could be, I don't know, just my stomach talking to me. So we'll see the next video if I have more updates on that. I'm gonna go ahead and show you my belly shot, and then I'm gonna wrap up the video. Okay, so here's my belly shot for week 18. So as you can see, I am definitely showing. There's no hiding it now. My stomach is very hard. And it's funny because my husband was saying the other day, he was like, wow, your stomach it's actually starting to get hard. I'm like, well, there's 2 babies in there. Like, what do you expect? So there it is. So week 18. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.